Hey everyone, this is Adam, and this is For the Love of Movie Picks. Today on this video, we are going to be talking about the movie Indian Horse. It was released in 2017. Not a lot of well-known actors in the movie, but it is executive producer on it is Clint Eastwood. But that doesn't really matter. It's a fantastic movie. One of those true surprise movies for me personally. I wasn't expected to be like the worst movie I've ever seen, but honestly, I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. It's really well shot. Like the cinematography is great in it, and the storyline is it's based on true events, and the story about it is really well done. So basically, the premise of it is. Before I get into the premise of it, it's a great movie if you are a fan of hockey, if you're a fan of history, but even if you're not a fan of either, it's a good movie to watch. So I highly recommend it. So the premise of the movie is based around the true events surrounding Indigenous people, throughout Canada, but mostly in Ontario in this particular movie. Basically, it is, some people may or may not know. A lot of Indigenous people in Canada and Ontario in the late 1800s and in the early 1900s were forced off their reservations slowly and into these schools that they had for Indigenous people that were supposed to reform them to Christianity and the ways of the white people. And they were horrendous places to be. They were not what anyone made them out to be. And there was many atrocities committed there. There were a lot of Indigenous people that died in these schools. And just a really awful place to be. And this one, now I'm not sure if this character actually existed. I think, as far as I know, they did. The main character of the movie, who the movie is titled after, is Indian Horse. Of course, he gets in these schools they give him a white person name, but his Indian name is Indian Horse, or his Indigenous name is Indian Horse. And the premise of it is that he finds an escape from these schools through hockey. I guess that was one of the activities they offered in these schools is ice hockey, and he finds his escape from the Indigenous school through ice hockey. And finds that he is really good at hockey too, and it's so good to the point that he eventually ends up playing. I'm thinking it was, I can't remember if it was just short of the NHL or he played shortly in the NHL. Because of all the emotional and physical scars that he endured from the school, he has a hard time letting go of his past. It haunts him, and basically, he, ends up, getting really heavy into the alcohol, which I guess was a problem with Indigenous people after these schools were shut down. I should say the movie itself takes place. The main part of it starts off in the 1950s and progresses through the the 60s, 70s, and 80s. It basically him dealing with his past, and eventually by the end of the movie coming to full terms with his past and accepting it, and really letting go of his past and giving up the alcoholism. A fantastic movie. Like I said, a lot of the cast are not really well known, but that doesn't matter. It's still a great movie. The acting is good enough for it to be a watch. It was actually a winner of a lot of individual film festival awards. If you Google, you can see all the accolades related to this movie and all the awards at the various film festivals that it won. It's basically just his growing up, from the school and through the different hockey programs that he gets, and he actually gets adopted by a nice family shortly as soon as he's old enough, and he leaves the school and actually has a good life. I believe it's in Sudbury is where he is. It's somewhere up north, I know that for sure. And it's a great movie, and for me, I really liked it because what drew me to it was it's a movie about hockey. Anything hockey related, I try to at least watch it once if it looks enticing enough to watch. So it was a great movie from a hockey standpoint, from a history standpoint, and really opens up your eyes to the atrocities that were committed in these schools that these Indigenous people were forced to go into. It really makes you realize how fortunate you are. As a Caucasian person, that you never have to go through something like that. But yeah, great movie, great watch. Um, age range, it may not be necessarily for all ages. Some of the content that the movie deals with is pretty heavy. I would say probably at least a 14 or 13 plus movie. Definitely anybody under the age of 13, I wouldn't recommend them watching it. But still a good movie for most age ranges. And yeah, highly recommend Indian Horse, and give it a watch. I picked myself up a copy at Walmart. You can pretty much find them anywhere. You know, any place that sells DVDs. And yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's available on any streaming platforms. You might be able to find it on YouTube, but you can certainly check it out, see if you can find it. Yeah, good movie to kill the time. So, highly recommend it. Indian Horse, great movie, and we'll see you in the next one, folks. All right, take care. Have a good night. Bye.